So here's an overview of the practice final. Which is a substance? Number one, a substance has one identity. So you're looking for something with only one identity. So a saltwater solution is a solution by definition that has two identities because it has water and salt. Iron is an element, so the substance is letter B. Things with one identity are either elements or compounds. A substance in which all the atoms are alike, if all atoms are alike, that means that they are elements because there's only one kind of atom. Okay, so you got to look for the element over here. That'd be hydrogen. So that's B. The key thing you need to know is that if the atoms are all alike, it's called an element. The exact combinations of elements always the same, that would be a compound. Okay, so that's C. Diatomic substance nitrogen. Nitrogen is diatomic, so it would be N2. Substance means one identity, so it's an element nitrogen, N2, diatomic N2. So what's the answer? They have two of the same atoms. Right here, a solution is a solution something with only one identity or two identities. So that would be two identities, at least two, maybe more than two. So which one of these is has got more than one identity? So you know it's not chlorine. Okay, you know it is. Well, now the other three do have two identities, don't they? So then we got to get a better answer. So let's write that down. So we'd have two identities. And they've got to be evenly mixed to be a solution. And you might remember I showed you a laser beam that went through some liquids, and the one that did not scatter light was a solution. All right, so we know sand mixed with water is not a solution because that's going to settle out, so that's out. So then it becomes salt water versus fog, but fog scatters light. You've all seen a flashlight beam in fog before. So the answer would be C. It's a saltwater solution. It's completely homogeneous. Remember, evenly mixed means homogeneous. Okay, if you can separate a sample of matter without doing a chemical reaction, this would be like the salt lab. And that was a mixture. So they're physically combined, but not chemically combined. So a mixture would be your answer there, so that would be B. And that's the end of that section. Now down here, I'll just keep going through for 7 through 12, keep going. So only elements. Elements would be something with only one kind of atom. So does box G have only one kind of atom? Yeah. Because it doesn't say that it has to be a pure element. It says only elements. So since this is SQ2, and that means there are two squares, this is an R. So this is just one kind of atom. This is just one kind of atom. So box G would work. I'm going to go ahead and put all the answers down, even though it says just one. Others, box F, those are the same kind of atoms. So F would work. And you can see A and C only have one kind of atoms. So A, C. B doesn't work because there's a compound. And these all have compound. No, these two have compounds. That was an element. Compounds, compounds. So that would be GFAC. Okay, heterogeneous mixture of elements and compounds. Well, there's only one box, I think, that has both elements and compounds in it, and that's this one, box B. So there's an element, compound, element, compound, element, element, compound, element, compound, compound, element. So box B. Only compounds, several of them, because box H has compounds. So that's a 4-atom molecule, so that's a compound. There's a 2-atom compound, a 4-atom molecule, or a 2-atom molecule, and a 4-atom molecule, both of which are compounds. This says only compounds, so H and I work. E works. Those are all different. They're chemically combined two atoms. That's a compound. Box D works. F doesn't work because to be a compound you have to have different elements, and these are the same element. Okay, it looks like A, B, or C doesn't work if we're talking about only compounds. So what we say they were? D, E, H, I. And once again, you're not going to have to write down all the answers. I'm just putting them down so you'll know. Okay, a mixture would be two different identities. So there's one. And looks like B is a mixture. Oh, is I? I is a mixture because that's a different compound than that. So you'd have either I or G. So G is a mixture of elements. I is a mixture of compounds. And B is a mixture of compounds and elements. So that'd be BIG or BGI. A pure substance is something with only one identity. So that's pure, not pure, pure, not pure, because there's two identities. Pure, pure, pure. They all these are just alike. There's 5 things just alike. This one would be pure up here. This is not pure because you got different identities here. And then that one's pure because it's all just a single element. So A, C, D, E, F, H. A, C, D, E, F, H. And then 5 molecules, there are several of those. I think it could be 5 molecules. There's one. This one has 5 molecules in it. They're not the same kind of molecule, but the question just says 5 molecules. So HI, E has 5 molecules, F has 5 molecules, D has 5 molecules. These don't up here, so it's D, E, F, H, I. All right, I'll stop there for this section.